Hello guys, I hope you all are doing well. And the issue which I'm going to address today is a kind of very sensitive one, rape culture. Yeah, this is something that most of us, most of the times, avoid talking about. Like may it be rape, molestation, sexual assault, sexual harassments. We don't talk about these things very freely. Rape culture is something that justifies or normalizes rape, molestation, harassment, or any such activity which is without consent. The meaning of word consent is like far away from people nowadays. Many people even believe that there is no such word as consent. And there are n number of reasons for existence of rape culture in India. Many a time victims are accused for whatever has happened to them, and this is also not something which is very gender specific, that it can happen only to female. Obviously not, even male are part of it. It can happen to anyone out there. Proper sex education and co-education results into increase in rape culture. Co-education is provided by many institutions in India today, but is it properly implemented? Like boys and girls, we always say like there's a vast difference. Boys are made to sit different, girls are made to sit differently. So it is actually very essential to like make them acquainted to dealing with each other, to interact with each other. That is how we can actually reduce the attraction which gradually eventually grows up. And when these things are suppressed, we are in Indian families mostly, it is told to like not talk about these are very secretive topics. You should not talk about your attractions, like your desires. And that's the reason why these things pile up due to suppression. That's why freely expressing oneself, talking freely about these things is very very essential, and at all ages, right from childhood to adulthood. It's very important to talk about these things. And it's also not something which is very age specific. Only children below or above certain ages can get raped. It's not like that. Rape is really exclusive to all gender and ages. So sex education and co-education is really essential. Secondly, patriarchal Indian system. It is always believed by people that women are someone to be submissive, and like males are usually a dominant figure. Thus, many people find it very general. Thus, the tendency to consider women inferior increases. Later, sexually explicit jokes, which are very very casual, taken very casually. Violent pawns. These pawns, or like government has actually banned them, but they are ongoing illegal. So it actually sets some unrealistic standards and unrealistic expectations from the partner, and later the consequence of these things, it's really harmful, and it surely escalates the rape culture. So lastly, I would just want to say that like this is something that we all should work together to stop. But as far as we see, the country is growing or progressing, the number of people falling victim to rape culture is really large, and this is something that the victim has to carry lifelong. In such cases, many things can be done. First, you have to reach out for help. You have to talk freely about whatever has happened to you, or whatever like burden you're carrying in your mind, to some trustworthy person. There are many helplines available which actually helps people to deal with these things. So this is a very serious issue. Like people should be aware of how serious dealing with this is, how important it is to educate youth, you educate people, like to explain them the meaning of consent, to explain them the meaning of word no. So lastly, I would just want to end by saying this, that if we work together for spreading awareness, we can surely overcome this problem. And if any of these things happen to anyone around you, please raise your voice for justice. No one else is going to come and do that for you. Be safe and be brave.